Hello everyone and welcome to the February edition of Table Football Monthly. Now, a few things have changed around here since we saw you last month, mainly thanks to Storm Eunice, which made its way through Britain a couple of weeks back. And the change is an unusual one. As the storm swept across Britain, as a precaution, my family were evacuated. So we moved all our valuables upstairs and came and camped down here for a while at the studio next door. And thankfully, when we returned, the house was still standing and dry, if a little damaged. We were also advised to move cars to higher ground, which led to this. This is a 1964 E-Type Jaguar, which I've owned for many, many years. Being brought to the studio for safekeeping. Now it's going to stay here for a short while while I get some work done on it. It kind of fits in, it's a bit nostalgic, and it gives me something to lean on. So it shouldn't affect things too much because the rest of the studio has been moved around slightly to accommodate it. Unsurprisingly, the storm and the evacuation have had an impact on us completing this month's episode. But I think, and I hope you'll agree, we have managed to put together a cracking edition for you. Longshore, the Hong Kong-based company that currently have the Hasbro Subbuteo license, have finally released their rubber-backed Subbuteo pitch after a long, long delay. Well, Subbuteo World kindly donated one to us, so we'll be demonstrating that to you during the programme, and you'll get a chance to see what you think is going to be retailing at around about £80. Last weekend, I went to visit the Andover Subbuteo Club. That is run by Chris Burford. And many of you who are familiar with Facebook will know Chris because he launched the Subbuteo Revival Group, one of the first sites of its kind, on Facebook in around about 2017-18. That was a great visit. I really enjoyed it. You'll be surprised what he's got down there and maybe even tempted to go and have a visit yourself. Then we have schoolgirl football, and even that has a Subbuteo link. Then you'll get an update on how we're getting on with our 3D printed stadium. Again, because of the storm, we haven't done that much to it, but there have been some changes. So hopefully not all bad for a storm interrupted edition. So we're going to get going because time is of the essence. We're going to start with Longshore, the Hong Kong-based company that currently have the Hasbro Subbuteo license. Now, a year or so ago, they announced they would be releasing a rubber-backed pitch. And this was received with some excitement by us chaps in the table football community. After all, I get a massive mailbag about how do I stick pitches down, what should I stick them to, how do I get rid of these creases, how can I get my Astro flat. The notion of a Subbuteo pitch arriving that has some guarantee of just being flat straight out of the box was too good to miss. So our friends at Subbuteo World, thank you, have donated a brand new rubber-back pitch for us to have a play with. So we'll take you through it. We'll show you whether or not it does lie flat. We'll have a game on it. It's retailing at around about £80. That is the upper end. And so it had better be good. Let's get on with it. The pitch arrives in a cardboard box. And as you'll see here, Subbuteo Deluxe Pitch. Now I'm imagining deluxe refers to the price. There are some unkind wags amongst our community who have described this pitch as an oversized mouse mat. Now when you have a look at the underside, it is a similar non-slip rubber backing. But let's take a positive. It is also quite heavy. It does do what it says on the tin. Straight out of the box, this pitch, because of its weight, lies flat immediately. This pitch, I'm looking for a ball, is as flat as a pancake. Here we go. See if this works, corner to corner. Flat as a pancake. 11 out of 10 for Longshore for that. It is such a comforting feeling. Now, to my hands, the surface also feels similar to the top end of a mouse mat. But I think the important thing to do is to get a couple of teams on here. I've managed to get a couple of bits of fluff on it while putting it on the table. So I shall get my little roller and give it a clean. Smiffy's due over later on. I'll get 2 teams on it. We'll have a game and see how it plays. But initially, loving the flat finish. The stripes are easy on the eye. It's a full-size pitch, large runoff areas. I'll give you the dimensions of it at the end of the piece so you can ensure it fits on your table. What a promising start. Right, Smiffy.
Yes.
This is it.
Tell me.
I'm going to turn the camera lens round. This, what is here in front of you, is the new rubber-backed pitch from Longshore in Hong Kong. The people who have the new license for Subbuteo. Rubber-backed. And the idea is it lies flat, straight out of the box. Okay? So, what we've got to do, I have done nothing other than take it out of the box and lay it out.
So we're going to have a go at it.
We're going to have a game.
Nice.
So, now, we've got to be honest, Smiffy has come straight from work. He's been driving all over the country today, but because this will have more value if we're both playing on it for the first time than me just doing a review on my own.
On an empty stomach.
On an empty stomach. We've promised ourselves beans on toast later.
Doesn't look empty,
No, I'm with you on that. So we're going to dive straight in and play a quick game on it now. Because we've got a couple of other obligations this evening so that the show can be finished. We won't do a full 20 minutes, we'll do a 10-minute game, okay?
That'll do, won't it?
All right?
That'll do.
Let's get a timer going.
God, this is not cold, is it?
I've been running about, so I must admit I haven't really noticed it. Right, you all set?
Yep, come on. Good to go.
Right, usual 68 rules. All set?
Go on then, do your worst.
That's the first flick on the table. Be careful not to stand in front of the cameras if you don't need to, like you are doing right now.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I think I'll take that.
All right, go on in.
So I can get some players up. Let's go. Oh, a bit of a high line.
Right.
Ooh, it rolls, doesn't it?
Yes.
It does roll.
Oh. Yeah, it goes further than you think it's going to go.
Right, yeah. Well, it's a soft touch and it's off.
So we could see the ball flying out of play a bit. Oh, yeah. Okay, that went further than I expected it to. Right, bit of action, here we go. So my players aren't sliding, they're just falling over.
Oh. Yeah, they don't like to sliding much, do they?
Alright.
Well, it does feel a bit, not tacky, what's the word I'm looking for?
It feels, it's smooth, but
it's suedey. You can actually feel the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of a suede feel, you're right. Oh.
Yeah. Still, your spins work okay.
Oh, the pressure's on. I've forgotten who I am. I'm West Brom, aren't I?
You're West Brom.
I'll
Yeah,
put
you
your
can have
links
him
for
if
the
you want
back.
though. You've got to pay for him first.
Right, second corner. So, big Jeff Astle up front. Right, I'm going to try and do what I meant to do. What happened last time was, because we realised it was seeming to roll quite far, I underhit it. So, a bit more. Oh no,
There it goes
look at
again.
that, I've overhit it.
Out, that's out.
Oh!
Could be one of those frustrating games.
Oh, that was a soft touch and that rolled quite a way. We've got to make this lead to something.
Would be nice if I could get out my own half.
You rat.
Thank you.
Corner number 3. Early pressure on the bouncy pitch.
Like a Saturday morning. Yeah, they don't like sliding, do they?
Well, so far, not these heavyweights. No! Taking out side flick. Here he comes
Too
on the
soft.
break.
Oh!
No, they're not sliding very well.
No. Oh, good.
Oh,
that's
you're
the,
lucky
that's
you
the way
went
to do
away
it.
then.
That's the way to do it. Oh. That was a bit weak.
Right, because I
Beauty.
haven't got kickers out for these.
Ah.
I'll tell you what. I
I got
this
one
will be
here.
you. Okay, so have I. Good. We'll both steal one. That's from one of the Saturday pitches. Ah. Right, you're set.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to stop the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Is
Just aim straight at the player.
oh, look at that! He's fallen over.
He's going to have to go on my side. Excellent.
Right, following you around here.
Okay.
Going to try a little bit of a.
I'll head off into the distance.
No.
No. Ah, it's just touched you.
Oh, this is a little bit infuriating. I got to say, let's hope it's just because it's new.
Yeah. That's out.
I wasn't going to risk missing that one. Ah! I'm not liking this. They're not sliding at all.
Oh.
Right, we'll check the spinner. Here we go.
Put the cap over on the left here.
Well, that's because the players are just rolling wherever they want. Oh, they don't spin at all. Busy watching your play then?
Yeah.
There you go. That's 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
To travel not very far.
I don't hit it too hard.
No, that's in his path.
That's you.
Right.
Yes.
We don't often welcome a goal with a sigh.
No.
Okay, my initial feeling is I don't like this surface.
No.
There's no slide. The ball's overrunning. There's nothing in the pitch. No retardation in the pitch to slow the ball down.
Lovely word.
With an Astro, you get it. With beige, you get it. Even with a muddy pitch, you get a degree of retardation. Oh, nice touch.
Get that. Oh, see, that's going to go. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is over rolling, isn't
And
it?
he didn't really belt that.
Reminds me of that half-size pitch that came with net cam where the ball just rolled out long ways and width ways whenever you hit it.
Yeah, you've got to get it to the player.
Not a single long slide yet.
Oh, it's too hard. That's oh no. Don't seem to kill me, will I? Isn't it? Ah, it's gone.
Okay, we'll keep going on the basis that it might
improve.
Well, we might run it in a bit. Look at that. That was just a tap. Oh, I'm fed up with these players falling over on every...
Look at that.
Oh, for crying out loud.
You sure 10 minutes is too long?
Oh, that's way too long.
That's terrible.
Way too long.
Terrible.
It's like playing on top of a just polished wooden table. It's just rolling wherever it wants to. So what it does is it makes you underhit the ball because you're scared of it flying away.
That's what I was doing down there.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. They're not sliding at all.
No.
It feels like the first game I've ever played. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
I've got
Oh,
no idea what's going to happen until it happens. Right.
Yeah, we played as if we didn't know what we were doing. It's terrible. Well, I say terrible. You might. Would it wear in?
Well, that's why I wanted to surprise you with it, because you're speaking off the top of your head. Well, on TFM, we try and avoid giving negative reviews, because ultimately it's what you think that counts. The fact that it is perfectly flat is a magnificent thing. To get a pitch that comes out of a box and is immediately flat is fantastic. So we've got no issues with that at all. No wrinkles, no lumps. In every other respect, it falls short for me. Bearing in mind this value is, it's 80 quid this pitch.
£80?
Yeah.
And it shouldn't travel that far, should it, for a touch like that?
If you were on the muddy pitch, that would have gone 2/3 of that distance.
Yeah.
You can tell there isn't any retardation. I'll show you. Because what would normally happen on an Astro is the minute the ball starts moving, it will begin its slowdown. This just runs its full course as if you were playing on a polished wooden table.
No intention of slowing down.
No. I mean, side to side going off the pitch like that is just outrageous. Then, right, here you go, Smiffy, a prize for who can flip the furthest staying in the light green line.
So, yeah.
Go on then, so just a straight slide. Okay, let's be as technical as we can with this. For £80, I would want the ball to do what I wanted it to do. Smiffy and I have been playing for a long time, and both of us are capable of making the ball go where we'd like it to go, of making it stop roughly where we'd like it to stop. I, for one, I'm not going to speak for Smiffy, but there was no point during that kickabout that I felt I knew where the ball was going to go. Yeah. The impact that has, if the ball isn't being predictable, is that you start underplaying your shots. And that undermines your confidence. If you're not sure what the ball is going to do when you hit it, how far it's going to travel, like that, it's way too far. You're thinking too much about your shot, which has to become, when you're playing seriously, has to be natural. You have to feel an instinct.
I mean, the way we play on a Saturday, we like to build from the defence, don't we? Sometimes we're coming out and passing it around, planning your next move, and you just can't do it with this.
Here's a list of all the key elements you need to know, including the pitch dimensions. Never let it be said that we don't do diversity on Table Football Monthly. This is where I morph into Nanette Newman. This is where we do the Stepford Wives. Many, many moons ago on this programme, in response to messages about how to clean Astros and pitches in general, I showed you that I use a nail brush and wrap gaffer tape or sellotape around my fingers and pick up all the flecks and bits and bobs that way. Well, the other day my wife appeared and said, why don't you give this a go? There's nothing in my hand. Let's do that again. Why don't you give this a go? Now, before you start sniggering, yes, this is a JML product. It is called the Fast Fit Sticky Roller. Now, some of you may be way ahead of me on this. It is a roller, and it is very sticky. You're going to see it work in a minute. So you roll it along, pick up all the grit. Now what stopped me using these in the past is they get manked up so quick that I just can't be bothered. This is clever because you do a proper clean, run it under the sink, get all the gunk off, and then it's brand new and sticky again. A reusable roller. So let's get on with a demo. Now, this beautiful Football Express pitch has not seen cleaning action in quite a while. So here we go with the roller. So this roller was spotless when I started. So I'm just gonna try and get a half decent job done. That bit doesn't want to be picked up. So, oh, what is that? There we go. Even that stubborn mark just there came up. Right, for the sake of a demo, that will do us. And that is the state of the roller. This is the point normally at which I would get a little bit frustrated and chuck it in the bin. But let's dash to the kitchen. Here we are at the TFM kitchen with said roller. A quick run under the tap. Take all the stuff off. I'm doing this fairly quickly because I don't want the whole monthly edition to be about cleaning, but take all the stuff off. So in a matter of moments, running under a lukewarm tap, we are back with a gleaming roller. Once that is dry, it will be ready to do another pitch. It is a magic thing. But Keith, I hear you say, what are you going to do with a dripping wet roller? Well, you slide it back into its holder and it's perfectly dry and safe. Leave it lying around and you're ready to go again in about 15 minutes. JML, Fast Fit Sticky Roller. You know it makes sense.
Here at Table Football Monthly, we're always on the lookout for table football oddities. A couple of weeks ago, Keith showed me a photograph of a girls' football team focused intently on a Subbuteo table. As someone who has previously been involved in girls' football, I thought this was worth investigating. The club in question is Brockworth Albion Girls. The club was only formed a year ago, and in their first season they have managed to finish a creditable third. The TFM cameras went to see them at their training centre in Gloucester, under the picturesque shadow of Cooper's Hill. So why were our cameras here, I hear you ask? Well, here is one good reason for a start. An Albion shirt signed by the England legend Sir Geoff Hurst. Oh, I had a swoon moment then. Where was I? Ah yes, Subbuteo. The girls' club uses Subbuteo in the clubhouse for more detailed coaching sessions. And as you can see, everyone pays attention when Subbuteo is in the room. Every little detail of set pieces, movement off the ball, attacking and defensive positioning are discussed in great detail using our much loved 00 scale chaps. The girls participate even moving their miniature doppelgangers around the pitch. This is one tightly knit team who love the sport, and a couple of them even play the tabletop version. How do I know? A little bird told me.
Well, that just about wraps it up for the February edition of Table Football Monthly. Many of you will know that we have now made our HQ at Patreon, where we do Table Football Monthly and the TFM Real Subbuteo Club. Now I know Patreon won't be for a lot of you, it is a simple matter of choice. But if it is something you are interested in, we're going to put up a short video in a minute that shows you how it works and also how easy it is to cancel if, having had a month or so, you change your mind about it. Now just so you know, the full-length Table Football Monthly editions go up on there, but we also put up pieces from our archive. We also run the TFM Real Subbuteo Club from there. And at the moment, we've just launched a competition that will be running through to the end of November. It's a global online competition open exclusively to TFM Real Subbuteo Club members. There's prize money and trophies for the top 3. The competition runs till the end of November. But here's a quick clip. It'll tell you more.
Hello and welcome to the February edition of the TFM Real Subbuteo Club. In this month's edition we're going to be talking about the...
This is not big or clever, what are you doing?
Well, anyone can do this.
Do you know what? That happens to me all the time. Table Football Monthly, women everywhere.
So, that's a good thing.
TFM Real Subbuteo Club, macho, hunky blokes only.
Can somebody tell me where they are, please, so I can go and find them?
Actually, I'll tell you what, as you've decided to take the mickey in front of everyone, pass this test and you can stay.
All right. I'm still going home.
What's that?
That's a flat, a Subbuteo flat.
Fluke. What is that?
A new footy.
What's that?
Oh, that's too easy. It's a heavyweight. I've painted enough of those to know that.
You got lucky. Do you know what this is? It's directions to leave. Go.
Oh, you're going on holiday. Oh, jet too, nice.
Clear off. Do you know, they... Go on. Go. People come wandering in here thinking anybody can do this highly professional and difficult job.
Better.
Unbelievable. Now, many of you who've watched Table Football Monthly will know that that was Nikki, our production manager, who has, as she rightly said, painted just about everything. Spectators, heavyweights, big league, striker, and at the moment is helping me with this 3D stadium in the background. But one thing we don't need is members of the team doing impressions of me. I've only just mastered it myself. Now, as promised in our January edition, today we are going post-war to look at the battle between New Footy and the Subbuteo Flats. So we're really looking at the late 40s into the early 50s. Now, we're not just looking at them separately, we are going to pit them against each other later in the programme. But before that, we have got something very exciting. The first challenge in what will be a series of 10, and I would really recommend that you enter. In a moment, I'll show you what the challenge is, I'll show you how the points are scored. But what I would like you to do is to enter, and we're going to do these 10 challenges between now and the end of November. The top 3 at the end of November will win trophies and a rather useful prize. The winner at the top of the table will win £200 to spend at Subbuteo World. The runner-up will receive £100 to spend at Subbuteo World, and third place, £50. So we're going to start the programme with demonstrating the challenge and telling you how to enter. You can enter just by sending in a video, and we'll keep a record of the league table over the next few months. So we've got to join in, we've got to make it fun. I can't enter, of course, neither can anybody else here, but we'd love you to have a go. So the challenges are going to range in difficulty, but the most important thing is for you to have a laugh doing them. So let me show you what's required. Let's start with having a look at the qualifying candidates. We are happy to accept flats, old heavyweights, the various moulded players, zombie and lightweights. But fear not if you don't have those player types. We will accept any other, but we're going to run a simple, straightforward rule similar to goal difference. If you are tying for a position and the other player has used one of the SSG or Waddington player types, then that player will be given the advantage. If you're clear ahead, no issue. We would prefer you attempt this challenge with the 25mm ball. There's a simple reason for that. One is we're using earlier Subbuteo types when this was commonplace. But secondly, it's a harder ball to squeeze into the hole on the target board. We will accept the smaller, more common balls, but the same rules will apply as applies to the player type. If you've used a smaller ball, and when I compile the league table, you are sharing a position with someone that has used the 25mm ball, this in essence will count as a better goal difference. They will be placed above you. Okay, but if you don't have one to hand, then by all means use any others. Just as a matter of interest, if you don't have a 25mm ball, but you'd like to play with one, rather than fork out the money for an old Subbuteo set, many blow football sets use this very same ball. And you can pick those up for pennies almost anywhere. The setup for this challenge is quite straightforward. Place a peg level with what will be the penalty spot on a full-size pitch, but with the penalty spot here on the training pitch. If you don't have a peg, you can use a flag or you can use a policeman, as long as it's something you have to spin around. But for our game here, we're going to use a skittle. Then, using a ruler, place the ball 3 inches away from the skittle and dead centre, and place your player 3 inches the other side of the skittle. So the distance between player and ball is 6 inches, okay? Now what we'll be looking at in the videos you send us of these is that the player and the ball are central with the peg. We don't want to see the ball offering you any kind of advantage either side, so make sure they're dead centre. Now, all you have to do is flick around the peg without touching it. Either way, we don't mind. If your player or your hand or your finger touches the peg, the flag or the policeman, then that goal will not count. You have 2 touches. Touch 1 to flick the player into the spin. Touch 2 to shoot for goal. So if it takes you 3 touches or more, again, it won't be accepted. I think we should have a little demonstration. If you're going to undertake this challenge on a normal pitch, it's quite straightforward. Place a peg or corner flag on the shooting line in line with the penalty spot. Okay, then 3 inches either side and still central. Put a marker so that both you and we can see it on your video. Okay, so the ball goes at 1. Hang on, got the wrong size ball. So the ball goes at 1 and the player at the other. Now, if you don't have a target board, that is not going to be a problem. Get a rather hefty piece of card and cut a hole in it with a 28mm circumference. If you're going for the low shot, you can quite happily just put 1 hole in it, or you can turn the card over and use the same hole as the high one. It's up to you. So the hole you need to cut is 28mm, which is not much bigger than the ball itself, and that will make the competition perfectly fair. Good luck.
Hello, I'm Alex and I'm here to quickly guide you on how to sort this Patreon stuff out. So first of all, head to your search engine of choice and search for Patreon. Click on the website, and once you see the search bar, type Tabletop Years. It should be the first result that shows up. If it isn't, just search for the green logo. Once you click on us, you'll be redirected to our homepage, where you can see the tiers of subscriptions, as well as what you get with each one. Depending on how much you want to spend and what you want from us, pick your tier by clicking Join. You'll then be sent to make your own Patreon account, which you can do by entering your name, email address, and password. After making your account, you'll be taken to your checkout, where you need to add your residency details for tax purposes, and then choosing your means to pay. You can either use your credit or debit card, PayPal, or Apple Pay. It's at this point that we want to make clear that it will automatically renew each month. We don't want to trap you with monthly subscriptions. We'd much rather you'd pay for a month and cancel when you feel that you've seen everything that interests you. So once you've explored what we have to offer, feel free to cancel your membership by heading to Manage Memberships, which you can do by hovering over your user icon in the top right of the page, clicking Edit on the membership tier you've subscribed to, and then clicking Edit or Cancel Membership. It'll happen straight away and there's no cancellation fee. And there you have it.
take. We're all friends and together we can make it better, so much better. More than friends, we're like family. We're more than friends, we're like family. We'll share the bad times and we'll be there for the good, like true friends should. We're more